and I am back with another YouTube video. And I was gonna do this video because I'm having some family problems and I am on in social media hiatus because I just can't. But I have been waiting for this book, and I promised myself and to do that I was gonna do a review when I finished, and I finished it in 2 days. I refuse to not finish this book, and I am doing this review. I might not post on social media that I did it because I'm not supposed to be on social media. But whatever, whatever happens. Anywho, for those of you that do not know what this book is, this is the sequel, supposed to be the sequel to Call Me By Your Name. If you don't know what Call Me By Your Name is, I'll give you a slight summary. It is basically two guys basically fall in love. I'm going to put it like that. Two guys fall in love, and yeah, two guys fall in love. And you were left with a cliffhanger. I guess considered a cliffhanger. Yeah, because it could have, honestly, the book could have ended the way it did. Because many movies and books have done so. I don't think it's a spoiler at this point. Call Me By Your Name has been out for a while now. Oliver did not stay with Elio at the end of Call Me By Your Name. He did not. He went back to the States, and yeah. So it could have ended like that. So it wasn't like, I'm not gonna say a cliffhanger. It just didn't end like people wanted it to. They just knew. I just knew they were gonna stay together. Like Elio was gonna be the reason that Oliver stays, or Elio was gonna like move with Oliver. I don't know. Silly wishful thinking, but whatever. Like, it's a book, whatever. But this sequel. Now, I did the one thing that I tell everybody never to do when watching a movie, book, whatever, reading a book, doing whatever. Don't go into it with expectations. Whether they high or low, do not go into it with expectations. Just read it as if you're reading a book, a regular book, brand new book. Shouldn't even be a sequel. Don't even just take Call Me By Your Name off the top. Forget it's a sequel. Just a brand new book. Find Me by Andre Osmond. That's how you should read a book or watch a movie, because you never know what the author is going to do to you. He might shatter your heart. He or she may shatter your heart. This book shattered my heart. It is a well-written book. Andre is amazing at writing. He knows how to get the reader into the book. Like, if you read just one page, pure imagery, you feel like you're there. You're in the apartment. You're standing there watching Elio or someone else play the piano or whatever he's describing to you. You're there. Like, you can be there. You feel like you can be there. You are there, or you are that person that he is describing in that moment that is there. He's definitely really good at that. And definitely a well-written book as far as that goes. But this could have been a completely different book, in my opinion. Had he just taken out the characters, like the names, if you had just changed the names of main characters like Elio, Oliver, Samuel, Elio's dad, and anybody from Call Me By Your Name that was mentioned, this could have been a completely different book. And if he also had taken out the small portion, when I say small, I mean if you read it, and once you read it, you will see how small I'm talking, portions of dialogue where they reminisce about Call Me By Your Name, some moments in Calling Me By Your Name. If you had just taken out the 2 or 3 parts where they did that, because they didn't do much of that, really, technically, this could have been a completely different book. And what this book lacks, as far as if you was a diehard Elio and Oliver, like, this was what you went to this book for, it just lacks the storytelling and unit of Elio and Oliver. You don't get Elio and Oliver until, like, the end of the book. You get Elio, you get a bit of Oliver, and then you get Elio and Oliver, which is, like, when I say the end, I mean you might get it in the last 20 pages. So, spoiler, I guess. You will get it in, like, the last 20 pages of this book. Like, the two together. You will get Samuel's life, which is Elio's dad. You will get, his life, which is like the first 100 or so pages. And then you will get Elio's life, what he's doing, and as a pianist, he is was already kind of like a pianist, but he was super young and wasn't like profiting off of it. He was just a young boy, but he is now a pianist, a professional pianist, and he, you know, he teaches. And, you know, his life as a pianist. And then you get Oliver, and he is in the States. He is in New Hampshire, I believe. Yes, he is in New Hampshire. He's in the States, and slightly his life at the end. And then you get them two together, and it is, I was very not pleased with this book. You will not get what you asking for. Don't get me wrong. You will get Elio and Oliver, for sure. But I feel like he was definitely trying to veer the readers away from this obsession with Elio and Oliver. Not going to lie, I have a big obsession with the two, because the book, it was so well written, and their love story was so well written. It didn't stay on the topic of sexuality and, you know, it making it a big deal that these were two guys together, and, you know, and also, you know, they were also with women as well and things like that. It didn't stay on that. It just stayed on the topic of like pure love and living in the moment. And that is what I loved about Call Me By Your Name, is that this book also did that. But it definitely veered away from the fans, away from their pure obsession with seeing Elio and Oliver together, which also makes this a decent book. So it is a good book if you look at it that way. It just will not be a good book if you go into it like, oh my gosh, Elio and Oliver from page 1. No, you won't even see Elio page 1. Like, I think his dad says his name, of course, like, you know, I'm going to see my son, you know, just like that. But he doesn't even speak for a while, you know. So, you know, there are, yeah, that is my review. That is my review. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this book, I'm going to give it 2 different ones. As far as a good book, like storytelling, just in general, I give it an 8. Like, well-written book. Andre can write his butt off. As far as the storytelling of Elio and Oliver, I will give this a 4.5. Probably a 4.5. And that's a stretch. Probably. But definitely well-written book, and I am definitely looking forward to reading more of his books, because I have read one other book, and I can't remember what it was because it was a couple years ago. But yeah, he's an amazing writer. But yeah, I definitely will tell you to do not go into this book with any expectations. Just read it as is. Forget you read Call Me By Your Name, if you can even do that, because that book was just so good, and just read this book as is. So thank you guys for watching my video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will not be posting for a little while, as I usually do anyway. This is not a shock on YouTube. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the book, and even some thoughts on Call Me By Your Name. I was not on YouTube when Call Me By Your Name was, you know, big and popping. So, you know, even tell me about Call Me By Your Name if you want. I really love that book. So yeah, see you guys next time, and hopefully I will have some content for you next month, because it'll be Christmas. It'll be December, and I love that time of the year, and I'm usually really in spirit and usually really excited. So yes, thank you guys. See you next time.